It's a place that I always want to come back to. I mean, there's a reason I'm going to be here all off season. It's the most enjoyable place to hang out and play baseball. So for me personally, one of my favorite memories was coming back this summer, actually during my season, being hurt, coming home, kind of being in a down spot personally, but then coming and seeing Stanford play in the regional, win a regional, which I wasn't able to do, and see them move on. That was really awesome. The support can come from wherever you want, and it's about taking an initiative personally. The support can come from your own class, from peers. It can come from a coaching staff. It can come from a professor, or all three. And it's kind of up to you to find what drives you most personally. It's really important to understand that you're not going to be the best at everything you do when you come here. You're probably going to get your first bad grades. You know, you're not going to be the best player on the team for the first time, and in the long run that'll end up being the best thing for you personally if you take that as a good challenge. I think for me what stood out a lot was that the things I've always been good at, I continued to be good at the highest level, and the things I wasn't good at were even more so true. So the player that you are in college can take you a long way if you really focus on your own strengths and develop those and stay with who you are.
Jack up the prices on those Hoerner jerseys. They're going to be in demand, Mom. What a magical moment for Nico Hoerner and his family.
The biggest thing that stood out to me in my first year of pro ball is just it's an individual game a lot of the time, and yeah, you are still playing games and you want to win, but at the end of the day, the biggest priority is developing and moving through our system and helping the major league team. It creates a different dynamic, and just as important, or maybe more important than ever, is the relationships you have around you at that level and creating friendships that make it so it's not a totally selfish game. And so with that being said, like, college is a really special thing to experience and creates great value moving forward because you play in a winning atmosphere, whereas if you sign out of high school, you might not play a game that's really that meaningful until you, or if you play in the major leagues, and that's a tough thing to commit to. So learning to win in college and learning to play with other people is an amazing thing I was able to do. My first week back, I played on Sunday in St. Louis, and on Tuesday I was in the classroom, and that was a pretty crazy switch mentally for me. It definitely took a little time, but it's a pretty easy place to settle back into overall. This quarter especially is really enjoyable for me. I've never been on Stanford campus not as a student athlete. So for me now, doing everything on my own time, you see campus in a different way, you see time in a different way, and in the classroom as well. And so to finish up, it means a lot to me, it means a lot to my family, and something I'll always be proud of.